So I shared this post on Blue Sky and I wanted to make a video talking about it here. This is from Robert Reich. And he says, so the Republican Party has historically blocked paid sick leave, paid family and medical leave, universal child care, universal pre-K, expanded child tax credit, and programs to support reproductive health. And they're wondering why more people aren't having children. And when I posted it, I said, my commentary was the only family values they defend at this point are men owning their wives and children. So Republicans really love to paint themselves as the family values party. They're the party that's going to protect the family. They're not protecting the family. The Republican Party is the reason why the American family is in crisis. So let's talk about some Republican policies that have plunged the American family into crisis. Did you know? Most people don't know this. Everyone is shocked when I tell them this. Did you know if you are a stay-at-home mom like me, who has school-aged children, no babies or toddlers, just school-aged children, if you are homeschooling your children, and your family is low income, your family might qualify for SNAP, but you, the stay-at-home mom, does not. Now, Republicans love to talk about how moms should be staying at home and raising their kids. But you know what else Republicans love even more? Republicans love work requirements for SNAP. And if you are staying at home and homeschooling your kids, guess what? You're not working, you're not employed a minimum of 20 hours a week or 80 hours a month. So you don't qualify for food assistance if you're homeschooling your kids, if you're staying at home and raising your family. And even if you're not homeschooling your kids, we still need stay-at-home moms. Stay-at-home moms are the ones who pick up sick kids from school, whether it's their own kids or their friends' kids. I've done it before. Stay-at-home moms are the ones who offer emergency childcare for friends who have jobs and their childcare drops through. Stay-at-home moms have a lot of support that they give to society, not just in the unwaged labor that we give our families, but also just our communities in general. But none of that work counts according to Republicans. Nothing that stay-at-home moms do has value, according to Republicans, because we're not employed for 20 hours a week. Republicans also have work requirements that they're trying to pass for access to Medicaid. My family was on food stamps and was on SNAP until late last year, and we are still currently on Medicaid. With Republican work requirements, I will lose my medical care. Me, the people who makes children, will lose my medical care. The person whose body has been damaged irreparably from making children, the person whose metabolism has been wrecked from making other human beings for the country. I don't deserve medical care because I'm not currently pregnant, I guess. Even though, again, I'm staying at home, I'm homeschooling 3 neurodivergent children, that doesn't count as work. Even though my husband is employed full-time, we pay taxes. That doesn't count as work. Republicans love to devalue the labor of women, whether it is the labor that we perform in our homes or the labor that we perform reproductively. They love to devalue that. And again, even if you're in a 2-income family, you've got both parents working, or a single income family because you're a single parent family, the fact that Republicans won't approve mandatory paid sick leave from companies employ human beings. Human beings get sick. Human beings very often get sick working for those companies. But those companies evidently don't have to cover sick leave. According to Republicans, that's just too much. It's too much coercion for them. By denying families sick leave, by denying us medical leave, it puts families into financial straits. People lose their jobs because their family gets sick. And who ends up caring for all the sick people in the family? Well, typically the mom. That's women's work, right? Another thing, oh yeah, like the child tax credit. Can't have that. We want people to have children, but we don't want to help support those children. We're the only developed nation who is like this. China has better family policies and family support than we do. What the F? And please, this is not like a Red Scare thing. This is just like Republicans love to be like, China's so evil, blah, blah, blah. If China's so evil and they're doing this, what do you call what you're doing? Now, I want to get to this comment at the bottom. So Ms. Jan responded to me and said, also arresting women for having miscarriages and failing to protect women from dying when they have dangerous pregnancies. I'm so glad I had my son before things got this terrifying for any woman who gets pregnant. Exactly. So I haven't shared this yet on social media, and I will try and make this brief. But last year, I asked my husband to get a vasectomy, and he did, because the state I live in has such draconian anti-abortion laws. I only have high-risk pregnancies. High-risk pregnancies is all I have. And the anti-abortion laws where I live are so draconian. Basically, if a pregnancy was killing me, I would not be able to end it unless I was dying. The legislature does not quantify what dying means. They just know that, like, I'm not competent enough to make medical decisions for myself or my children. Bear in mind, this is the party that says parents should have the right to not vaccinate their kids, and parents should have the right to not take their kids to doctors, and parents should have the right to make medical decisions for their kids no matter how unhinged they are, right? No matter how unhinged they are, parents should have the right to do that. It's about parents' rights. Parents' rights only extend to like the outside of a woman's womb, evidently. As soon as there's something in a woman's womb, there are no parental rights. If I got pregnant again and my baby was dying and it was killing me, I would not be able to end that pregnancy. I would not be able to remove my child from life support simply because I am the life support. Somehow me being the life support system makes it like super special circumstances where I can't be the one to decide whether my dying child stays on life support or not. The Republican Party is not the family party. The Republican Party does not care about families. The Republican Party likes to talk about caring for families, talk about family values. The Republican Party likes to dictate what family values actually are. So according to the Republican Party, family values are like no gayness and book bans, basically. They don't even care if people are getting married anymore unless they're gay. Gay people can't do it. But I mean, like, if you've ever lived in the Midwest, if you've ever lived in the South, they like to say that they're big on marriage, but they're not. But they're big on family values. What values? I'm not sure. Because it's not about taking care of families. It's not about creating stability for families. It's not about raising wages so that families don't have to rely on government-funded programs. No, it's not about that. And they claim it's because they're Christian. This is not what Christ taught. Go read Matthew 25. Christ has some very vigorous words to be applied to people who deny the least among us, who deny them from medical care, who deny them from food assistance, who deny them from financial assistance. Christ has some very strong words about the people who do that. And largely that's Republicans. If Republicans want to claim the moniker of family values, if they want to claim the moniker of Christian values, then they need to start putting their votes where their mouth is. They need to start actually supporting policies that support families. They need to start supporting policies that promote actual Christian values, like feeding the hungry, tending to the sick, clothing the naked. We can do all of this. There is no reason why any person in our country needs to suffer except for pure, unadulterated greed and malice.